We all love European football, don't we? Arsenal against Chelsea in the Europa League final, Liverpool against Spurs for Champions League glory. It's coming home. I'm not singing. The Premier League looks set to dominate European football for years to come. But is that really true? If any of you guys are worried that the Champions League will regularly make its way to Manchester or London or Liverpool over the next few seasons, worry not, because here are some reasons English clubs will not dominate European football in years to come. This will be the first time since 2013 that a Spanish club has not won the Champions League, but you guys have heard this lecture before, haven't you? We made a cool video about that, and it sparked a bit of controversy. A chance to win the Champions League is only reserved for the elite clubs. It's becoming boring and utterly unfair. So, Alexander Exis wrote to say, "This dude is a clown. Magnum Dong Luke. This may be the stupidest video ever created." Thank you for the feedback. Bad one, bro. Try later. Maybe you'll get good views next time. Delete this video, please. Well, we got a lot of views, so we'll keep it up, but thank you. When they get an Arsenal fan to make a UCL video. Well, actually, Cloudy, I'm a Fulham fan. You guys loved pointing out that Ajax had made it to the last four. They knocked out Juventus and Real Madrid en route, but they didn't actually win the competition. This season has been absolutely crazy and an exception to the normal way of things in the Champions League. And this was exactly our point. So this year, 2 English clubs will definitely be crowned champions of Europe. Makes sense, right? If you look at how much they spend on transfers. Premier League clubs spend more money on transfers than anybody else. They have the best players, they have the best coaches, and it's a worrying sign for the rest of Europe. But does that mean Premier League clubs are going to dominate on the European stage for years to come? We want to give you guys some hope, and of course an opportunity to take some shots at me in the comments section. Fulham and Real Madrid are known for wearing all white. Okay, so let's start at the top. Football authorities are finally getting tough. For a long time now, financial fair play has been little more than a punchline. Football's governing body's punishments have been about as flimsy as Manchester United's transfer policy in recent years. Let's be honest, financial fair play hasn't seemed to work at all. But are things beginning to change? Now we actually have Manchester City under investigation by UEFA over the evasion of financial fair play. It is believed they artificially inflated the value of sponsorship deals in order to make it appear they earn more money than they actually do. It's also thought they failed to declare additional funding from their Abu Dhabi owners. But whatever you do, don't ask Pep about that.
Do you know the question as you're asking to me? Are you accusing me to receive money under?
No, I'd asked the question some time ago.
That's
but
good.
I mean, it's only relevant because it came up again this week. That's why I said it's important.
Okay, pass the mic, please, Rob.
But they're not even in the final, so I'll leave that. Chelsea, meanwhile, have recently seen a 2-window transfer ban upheld after signing players under the age of 18 that didn't meet specific criteria. This means they'd be unable to sign any players for the next 2 transfer windows. So, for the first time ever, it appears football's governing bodies are taking some hard action against top clubs in England. And for the first time, Premier League clubs are coming under greater scrutiny. And this could all have a dramatic impact on the success of English clubs in Europe in years to come. The second reason English clubs will not dominate for years to come is that football is cyclical. Lest we forget, we've seen periods of English football dominating on the European stage in the past. Between 2005 and 2009, there was an English club in every single Champions League final, with an all-English affair being played out in 2008, when Manchester United defeated Chelsea on penalties. And then the Germans had a spell of dominance just after that, with an all-German final in 2013, when Borussia Dortmund lost at Wembley to Bayern Munich. Just 12 months later, many of those players went on to lift the World Cup. Stop it. In the early 90s and again in the early noughties, Italian clubs were the teams to beat on the European stage. The 1994 European Cup final saw AC Milan take Johan Cruyff's Barcelona to pieces, winning 4-0 with the likes of Desailly, Maldini and Boban running riot to lift the cup. Who could forget the famous Milan team which reached 2 finals between 2003 and 2005, with a midfield of Pirlo, Gattuso, Seedorf and Kaká, almost as good as Fulham's midfield at the time. Leave that in there! Leave it in there! Pirlo wouldn't have got a game in that midfield. And of course, the recent Spanish spell of domination. Either Real Madrid or Barcelona have won every one of the last 5 finals, with Real Madrid actually winning 4 of those. Meanwhile, Sevilla have been hoovering up Europa League titles, winning 5 of them since 2006 and 3 in a row between 2014 and 2016. It's been a period of utter domination for Spanish clubs, but that finally looks to have come to an end. History tells us on the European stage, dominant nations come and go. So if English clubs do start making a habit of reaching European finals, believe me, it won't last long. Reason number 3. Competition is ramping up again. It's fair to say a number of European heavyweight clubs let themselves down big time this season. This video really hasn't aged well. Real Madrid, winner of 4 of the last 5 Champions Leagues, struggled without Cristiano Ronaldo and were eliminated by little old Ajax. Juventus, current owners of Cristiano Ronaldo, were also eliminated by Ajax. Bayern Munich got spooked against Liverpool and exited the competition at the round of 16. Barcelona did a classic Barcelona. They blew a 3-goal first leg lead, lost 4-0 at Anfield, and they were kicked out of the competition. And PSG, worst of the lot, lost to none other than Manchester United and deserve to be banned from next year's tournament for that alone. The point is, this was underachievement on an industrial scale, and it will not be tolerated again. Let's take Real Madrid for example. They're targeting players like Paul Pogba, Eden Hazard, even Mbappe. Are they about to embark on a new Galacticos era? Bayern Munich are finally overhauling an aging, creaking squad and have already signed 2 World Cup winning defenders in Lucas Hernandez and Benjamin Pavard. The bosses have said there's plenty more money to bring in shiny new faces, so they could be a force next season too. Barcelona have already signed one of the breakout stars of European football, midfield maestro Frenkie de Jong from Ajax, and I can bet you they won't be finished there. PSG are surely set to do another PSG and spend billions of euros on 12 new strikers and completely forget that defenders even exist, but who knows, maybe it will finally work this time. LOL. Juventus have shown in buying Cristiano Ronaldo last year that they're not afraid to mix it with the big spenders. They already have their domestic league wrapped up every season, so their only focus is on the Champions League. And of course, Premier League clubs are expected to invest heavily too, but next season we'll see the race for European glory hit a whole new level. The big guns will be back. Reason number 4, and now this one is all about the coaches. One of the biggest edges Premier League clubs had over their rivals this season was the quality of their coaches. Liverpool have Klopp, Tottenham have Pochettino, Manchester City have Pep Guardiola, and Manchester United have, well, okay, they can't all have a world-class coach. The real question is though, how long will all of these fabulous coaches stick around? Pep Guardiola has never stayed with any club for longer than 4 seasons, and he's about to enter his 4th season with Manchester City. But for how much longer can a project like Man City's satisfy such a restless man? After all, he's already won everything there is to win domestically. Be careful what you wish for, City fans, because a Champions League title could be the exact thing that spells the end of the Guardiola era. And after all, the man loves a sabbatical. Meanwhile, Mauricio Pochettino has hinted he may be leaving Spurs at some stage soon. The Argentine has established himself as one of the best managers in world football, making Spurs a competitive force both at home and in Europe this season on a relatively low budget. But a European Cup could also spell the end of his tenure in North London. Poch has even gone on record as saying a Champions League medal would be a miracle for Spurs and could be the end of his time at the club. Just go home, Poch. Just go home.
Should be fantastic, no? Close a 5-year chapter and go home, for sure.
Chelsea fans, meanwhile, have had a love-hate relationship with Maurizio Sarri since he arrived at Stamford Bridge. So is he a fag-smoking tactical mastermind, or is he just an incompetent buffoon? Now like the whole room has gone smoky. Despite finishing in a Champions League spot and reaching the final of the Europa League, Chelsea fans aren't happy at all with Maurizio Sarri this season, and we could see another project at Stamford Bridge scrapped before it's even got going. I hate Chelsea, so I'm very happy to see this. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer may have got his Manchester United coaching career off to a flying start, but it appears the wheels have now fallen off. he had a 70% win ratio as caretaker manager, but just 20% as their actual manager. With Ollie at the helm, not many Manchester United fans feel very confident about their chances of winning anything big anytime soon. And of course, we haven't yet mentioned my favourite club, Arsenal, but that's for good reason. With Unai Emery in charge, their best hope is probably in the Europa League. He absolutely loves that competition, when really they'd like to be competing for the Champions League. So how many of these coaches are really going to stick around for long? Maybe Unai Emery, maybe Jurgen Klopp. But what happens if Liverpool win the league? Maybe he'll go. What if the Germany job becomes available? Maybe that would spell the end. So the Premier League may have the best coaches in the world right now, but who knows where they'll be in a few seasons. Last but by no means least, what happens if the cash stops flowing? Let's be honest, the Premier League is ruled by oil-rich Arabs, American business tycoons, and Russian oligarchs. But what happens if they lose interest? And what happens if they stop investing? We've already seen this to some degree at Chelsea. In recent years, they've slowed down their spending slightly, and Roman Abramovich doesn't seem quite so engaged as he was in the past. He doesn't spend much time in London anymore owing to visa issues, and is said to be furious at being forced out of a country he's invested so much money into. He couldn't afford a flat in Fulham. And of course, there's a slight issue of Brexit. Potential Premier League buyers could be put off by it. Whatever your view on Brexit, it's undeniable that it has made the UK seem an unreliable and financially unstable place. Owners are, above all else, business people. They use Premier League clubs to increase their investment portfolios and shift their wealth around. But if they don't trust the UK market, they won't want to invest. So let us know what you guys think. Premier League clubs look set to dominate in Europe over the next few seasons, but is it all hype, or have they really got what it takes? Which teams do you think will be able to stop the English teams next season, or will they dominate again? Don't hold back, tell us what you guys think in the comments.